working.
Yeah. Well, good morning.
Good morning.
Wasn't that a fun introduction? Margaret and Arlene here are just doing magical things, and we are just...
It's all Margaret.
You should say all Margaret. Well,
we just pan the camera over here.
But we are just progressing at leaps and bounds about technology. Somebody said, oh, ready for more snow? I hear it's coming.
Ooh, they picked up on the word already.
Oh, I can't wait to go on the boat. See ya. So, Tammy, go ahead.
So, what, to talk about a word or what?
January 21st.
Right.
Tillsonburg, Ontario, Cherished Pieces in our glamorous studio with your stars, Tammy and Cynthia, and Arlene and Margaret. Is that
Sounds not right.
Sounds not right? Is that better?
Well, I guess we should keep talking so they can figure out.
Yeah, I just have to make sure. We've got Mount Hope coming in. I'm hoping that anybody...
Boat weather coming soon? Oh, please.
Okay. Yeah, so if anybody's having any problems with the sound, tell us now.
Oh, that's okay.
But I think we're okay, because usually you let us know right away. Okay, Tammy.
Okay, Beth says it's better now. So
okay,
we'll just keep plugging away and see how it goes. Yeah? Okay.
Excellent.
All right. So, yeah, welcome to our show this morning. We've got a bunch of stuff going on, and we are supposed to get more snow.
Yeah. And we have a special guest coming up.
So that'll be shortly. So I guess we should take care of business first.
Absolutely.
Okay, so today for the door prize, you already saw the word is boat. Use it in your comment. You only have to use it once, and then you're entered into the draw. And for door prizes, I have the little Quilter's Wisdom label and the little pennants, sewing pennants, and I have that upside down. There's a little Christmas panel, the peppermint panel. Yep, for grabs. And, well, Valentine's Day is coming, and we discussed this last week, so we have a little fat quarter bundle. There's 6 of them. So you could make some sort of sweet little sewing project.
Mm-hmm.
So, again, the word is boat.
Well, so maybe we'll get ready to introduce our special guest. So when we were at H&H, Bill and I and Arlene, it was Arlene and I when we were in Houston this fall at breakfast. We met up with this lovely woman from England and got talking, and she's a pattern designer. So we had her show us her patterns, and we were quite intrigued and got to know Tracy a little bit better and came home. We bought some of her patterns, and we have her here today to introduce you to her, and she's going to talk about her journey. So I'm going to slide over here because for Tracy to hear me, only one of us can hear her. I have to put an earbud in. So welcome, Tracy.
Hello, thank you for having me.
Well, we're so pleased that you could join us. And what time is it where you are?
It's 1:30 here in the UK.
Okay, in the afternoon. So I just think this is wonderful. Here we are in Tillsonburg, Ontario, talking to you. And whereabouts in the UK?
At the minute, I'm not on the boat. I'm away at a cottage. So I'm in the middle of England, basically, a county called Leicestershire, which is my home county where I grew up.
Very nice. Well, maybe you could talk to us and tell us a little bit about your journey and your boat, and then we'll talk about your patterns.
Okay, great. Thank you. So I've prepared a little presentation. It's not too long, so don't worry. But I just need to figure out how I can get the screen up. We did it yesterday when we had a test, but I'm just going to try and I'll share my screen. And then I can show you some pictures of where I live and where I work. So just bear with me, and I hope that you can see this on your screen. So Cynthia, can you tell me that you can see this?
Yes, we can see that.
Great. So my name's Tracy Perks. I'm a quilt pattern designer. I'm in the UK, as Cynthia said. And Cynthia and I met with Arlene at Quilt Market at breakfast, and they kindly invited me to have breakfast with them. And we've kept in touch ever since. So I live on a narrowboat, and I'm going to show you pictures of the boat because a lot of people don't know what a narrowboat is. We have canals in the UK, and the boat is floating on that. So, but first, I worked in HR for 30 years. I was a HR manager in the corporate world, and I had a very good job, but I was getting just focused on work. And my husband, this is probably about, I don't know, 11 or 12 years ago now, he said, why don't you go and buy a sewing machine and get a hobby? And I was like, I don't know how to sew. I have no idea. I just don't know what to do. And anyway, it was one Boxing Day. I went to one of our big stores. We don't have many big stores. I bought a sewing machine for about £80. So it was the basic sewing machine. And I bought some fat quarters and some scissors and some thread. And I thought I could make a quilt. And well, I couldn't. I didn't know that I needed a cutting mat or a rotary cutter or rulers or anything like that. And I just wondered why my first quilt looked dreadful. And I've still got it somewhere. Anyway, I taught myself, and then about 6 years in, I started designing patterns. But we'll come to those in a minute. So this is the boat that we live on. This is called Holly, our boat is. And this is a nice summer's day. It's a bit rainy and drizzly.
The screen hasn't changed, Tracy.
Oh, hasn't it?
No, we're still on the first screen.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I've been working my way through it. Oh, I don't know how it worked yesterday. Let me just.
We still have your quilting journey intro.
Let me just escape. So sorry about this.
There we go. Okay.
Right, let's just try it again. Can you see the boat?
Oh, is that on the grass?
Yeah.
Meet Holly?
Meet Holly. That's our narrowboat.
Okay.
And that's the boat that we live on. She's 62 foot long and 6'7" wide. And we've been on board for about 16 years now. So I'm just going to move to the next screen. Can you see the sewing machine?
Yes, we can. Now
Okay.
We're cooking with gas.
Okay, so this is inside my boat that we live on. And this was my very first sewing space. We had a table in there. And once I got too obsessed with quilting, we took that out and we made this area into my sewing area. And you can see the double bench there, that pulls out, and that is where I based my quilts. So can you see the moth quilt?
Yes. Wow.
Okay, so we pull that out, and that's where I still based my quilts because I don't have any floor space and anywhere else, excuse me, to baste quilts. So where there's a will, there's a way. And then we bought the little boat. My husband Saw this little boat. I didn't want to get it. I didn't want another boat to tow around, but he persuaded me. And this boat is 26 foot long. So this is my studio. This is where I work from. And this is what she looked like before we got her. So she'd sunk and she was a bit of a mess. And my husband, he's very good. He can weld. He builds cars, hot rods and things. So he's very hands-on. And he was like, okay, we'll take her out the water. And this is her being craned out of the water to go into the boatyard so he could check underneath the hull and everything. And then he got to stripping the boat out. He took all the walls out. Everything, and started working on her for me. So he started refitting. There's a stove there in the corner that you can see that keeps me warm in the winter. And it's all purpose built with shelving either side. So I've got a little sink there and I've got a little hob as well. I don't use that. And I wanted some shelves as well putting up. So there's been tiling put in, and yeah, he's done an amazing job. And this is a picture of her when she's tidy inside. It doesn't look like this at the minute. It's a very creative space. But I wanted to have shelves full of colourful things, and I wanted all my ribbons out so I could see them. And then I have a lovely little back deck with a garden. So this is a couple of summers ago. So it's a nice space to go and sit with the dogs, because I've got 2 dogs. And then this is my sewing space. So I don't have that sewing machine now. I've just got a Janome sewing machine, which is marvellous. And then this is the very first pattern that I designed, the Bumblebee, and it's one of my most popular patterns. I started designing because I was following other people's patterns, and some of them were very wordy. And I was like, oh, I think I could do something simpler. And I know, Cynthia, that you're going to chat about that in a bit. Excuse me, I get out of breath. I've got COPD, so my breathing's not brilliant. So when I talk a lot, I get a bit breathless. And then I designed a couple more patterns, and then we've got the giraffe quilt pattern, which I know that Cynthia is definitely going to talk to you about. So we'll save that. And then I've got over 50 patterns now. So I'm in year 4 of my business. My patterns are very simple. They're squares, half square triangles. And these are some of my Christmas patterns that I've got. And I know that we spoke about the Tomte, the gnome ones, when we were at breakfast that day in Houston. Then I've got different collections as well. So I call these the campfire collections. They're probably very Western style. And again, they're all very simple. I've got table runners as well, mini table runners. So if people don't want to tackle a big quilt, then they can make something a little bit smaller. And all my patterns are aimed at beginners or seasoned stitchers that want something quick to make. I've also got a selection of block quilts as well. So these are all different blocks that come together very, very quickly. And this is my latest pattern, the Checkmate Star. So that only came out a couple of weeks ago, and it's nice and big squares, and it's a very easy one to make. So this is us when we iced in the winter. We've recently been iced in because the canals freeze over. We don't get winters like you guys in Canada. And a little bit of snow brings us all to a halt here in the UK. So that's my questions, or my presentation. Let me just come out now. How do I stop sharing?
There we go.
There we go.
There we go. Okay, one of the things when we were looking at Tracy's patterns and asked, I'm going to ask to do a nice close-up. For example, you know, when you're doing an list, her patterns are very thoughtful. She tells you, like we're looking at this giraffe here, she tells you, she's got it all laid out on a grid. She tells you exactly how many squares of each you're going to need and what color. And then she has boxes here for to check your progress so you can see where you are, you know, and how to make that half square triangle. But here's your grid. Look at this. So row 1, row 2. So you can check off as you go. Kind of reminds me a bit of a knitting pattern sometimes, but, you know, we still get lost on those. But you have an opportunity here to check exactly where you are so you know. And if you want to do it different colors, then you can do that. And I'm just going to show you one of her other patterns here. Same idea. They're just lots of information. It's simple to follow, easy to follow, but once again, very intuitive, very thoughtful. The check marks that allow you a spot for your notes and an opportunity to recolor. So we have a couple of these kits, and Tammy, we'd like to show, like we want to talk about this first one here. This is her Thistle Whispers quilt pattern. And
oh, here's her.
Yeah, I've robbed it out of there.
So we have kitted it. It's 56 by 56, and the kit is 90, and it includes all your fabrics for your top and your binding. So
quite effective, and we're quite pleased with it. Our sample maker just loved making it. Mm-hmm. And then underneath it, and Tammy, you made this one, didn't you?
I did.
And maybe you'd like to comment on making that.
Yeah, this one was fun to make. Again, like just followed the little pattern, and we've also kitted this. 42 by 60 is the size of this, and it's been getting a lot of attention. We have it hanging by a cash register, and this kit is 75. And so it's a lot of fun.
Isn't it adorable?
Yeah.
Somebody's saying, do we have the kits available? Yes, we do. Will we be bringing some of these quilts to the retreat this weekend?
I think so.
Yeah. Absolutely, we will, Cody. So that will be great. Does anybody have any questions for Tracy while we have access to her here in England? So I don't know if you can see their comments, Tracy, if you're able to see them.
Yeah, I've just figured that where they are. Yeah, thank you. A lot of really nice comments saying, love the patterns, love the story, love the boat. So thank you very much.
Well, this has just been a delight, and we appreciate very much that you would take time from your busy schedule, your planning schedule right now, which is precious time, to join us today here in Canada. And we look forward to linking up with you in Chicago in the spring. So do take care. Thank you so very much for your time, and we'll see you again.
Thank you for having me on. Take care.
Okay, bye-bye.
All right.
Well, wasn't that neat, everybody?
That was fun.
We have to change spots. It feels weird, doesn't it? It's kind of like you sleep on a certain side of the bed. We're used to being on a certain side in the studio here. So we are very pleased with these patterns, and I think you will be too. So she just had her interesting story, and there we go.
And so now we know why it was boat.
Boat.
Right.
Okay.
Okay, so we have a few other things. We did get a new block book. Always great patterns, stories in there.
Notice they've got longer, haven't they?
Yeah, so more of a magazine style. And, you know, lots of interesting things.
Once again, no ads, and they are, what are they now? $12.
So that can keep you busy during these cold months. And then we also brought in a lot of our Funky Friends patterns. We'll go look at them down here so you can see them better. So there's a Petunia Pig.
These have been so popular. We love seeing them people bringing them in.
And then Easter Bunny Buddies. Those are really cute. Can have a lot of fun with the ears, I think. There's the Lambkin's Lamb. Oh, that's Petunia Pig. Lloyd Llama and Alice Alpaca.
Oh my gosh.
So, And then Raph the giraffe. And Mickey Mouse.
Mickey Mouse is so cute.
That is a funny one. That's very clever. I like it. So they're $19.50 each, and those are in the store.
And people have been, like, they're nice size, and people have been making them up, and they're adorable.
Right.
And we love to see what fabrics you're making out of them. Rosie did that one bear with denim and all the chasuble on it. And so I think it's Darlene that's been making one of these stuffies to go.
The lambkin.
Yeah, but she's making one to go with baby quilts.
Oh,
now.
that's a cute idea.
And then I think somebody might have got a Mondo bag that matched the quilt with the stuffy that matched. Wow.
So we just need to add a bib, maybe a burp pad.
Anyway, yeah, and then the baby's all set.
I think so.
Oh my goodness. Anyway,
Yeah.
so much fun to be had.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Terry Billings, we're going to be seeing you this weekend too. Okay, so we have some lovely Hoffman jelly rolls. They call them their Bally Pops that have come in.
So this one is Whimsy with the pink and warmer tones.
I forget what this one's called, Tammy.
Elements.
Elements. Elements, like right in the title, like right in front
Right
of my face.
in front of your face.
Okay.
They're $58.
Oh.
So there you go.
We have Arlene having the giggles now.
And the Maywood Studio, what are they called? Woolies flannels. So jelly rolls. So you don't have to cut all your strips. They're done for you. And their flannels are so soft, and the colors are always so great.
These and the Northcott flannels are the softest flannels on the market. These lovely made in Korea.
40 strips, and they're $88.50.
This will make a lovely, lovely quilt. And then we have some fat quarter bundles.
So again, instead of jelly rolls, they're fat quarters, and they're 153. And how many are in there? I should check that. 20. There you go.
Aren't they lovely? Nice and soft, and you just kind of think flannels this time of year. How nice that would be. Let's see. I think we have some wide backings that came in, but we should remind you that with a countdown is on for brown bag. What are we now? 9 days out? 9 days and counting. And I think you saw Margaret included our little logo for this year. We're so much more organized. We have a logo for our theme, and Tammy's going to be doing a little dance for us.
Right.
Oh.
Somebody has a question. How does the brown bag work and the cost?
Okay, so the brown bag, we're going to have a whole bunch of details on it, but it's a brown bag mystery, and this has been created by Karen Montgomery. And Karen is a very well-known quilter and pattern designer. She is quite an extraordinary teacher, and she has developed this program. So what it is you get, you can purchase a brown bag, and all that's on the outside is one piece of fabric. So there's the mystery of the fabric in the bag, plus the mystery of the quilt you're going to make. And there's a release date, and then we have clues, and they're released, I forget the first day, but maybe it's March. The first clue. Yeah, we'll look because we have dates at the clue release, and you will join a special Facebook group. And on that private Facebook group, you will have access to the videos. And Karen has detailed videos on each of the clues and tutorials on how to complete that portion. So it's very thorough, and anybody who's followed Karen knows exactly how well her instructions are. And you could follow her on 9 Patch a Day. So there will be 4 different sessions. And for the clues, we will mail you a clue. We would mail you a clue on the Friday. And then if you were picking up your bag, you could pick your clue up on Saturday, but would be on the mail on Friday night. And the video will be posting on the Saturday morning at 6 a.m. And at the end, there's a grand reveal. So the kit is $175. And we would have an accompanying finishing kit that could go with that. So if you wanted to do borders and make it bigger, and we advise really the best thing to do while you have the fabric is to get that finishing kit when you buy the bag, because then you know that everything will coordinate and that we have the fabric all in stock. Mm-hmm. And this year we're also going to be showing you some coordinating backs that you could pick up if you liked. So there's a lot of details on this program, and it's going to be fun. Okay. Whose boat is it anyway? It belongs to Tracy Perks and her husband. Oh, you know what? I think you're just using that in the sentence, Deb, and here's me taking it literally.
Well, now we know.
Sorry. Okay,
Now we know who it belongs to.
Oh my goodness. That's just like fishing me, and that's like, yeah, I should have. Okay, carry on, Tammy.
All right. We also want to, I don't know if you remember seeing this panel, but Arlene has finished it into a pillow. And so it's all applique. And when you get your panel, you get the shapes. I know I'm sideways. And then you get all the fabrics all along it that you can pick whatever color you want each shape to be, like the individual parts of the horn, the beard, the body.
And it gives you an idea down there of what you could do, but you get to pick how you want to do it.
And the instructions are there. So that panel is $24.
So that's $24 worth of fun.
Mm-hmm. And so, yeah, you get to create how you want your project to look. So those are available. So they could be a pillow, they could be anything.
Thanks, Arlene. That looks lovely.
And then we do have lots of wide backs.
We had a big order come in. These are just a challenge to manipulate, but look how beautiful.
So this is Color Field from Maywood. And they are $33 a yard.
Okay, I think we'll just alternate.
Okay.
And here is, look at this beauty.
It's kind of different. This is more of a denim.
And then we have, this one is darker, sort of more of a, it's showing up brown, but it's black, kind of a charcoal color. And maybe it'll show up better against this next one that you're showing. Yes, it starts to, the color starts to work. Oh, look how pretty that is.
So more of an aqua.
Yeah, we fell in love with these and bought the whole collection of these wide backs. Look at this one. Yeah, get closer. Isn't that nice?
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
This is like a springy one. I like that. Kind of reminds me of tulips for some reason.
Get the temperature quilt. Yeah, that would be a good one for temperature quilt. And all our blue lovers. Tammy, I got to show the blue.
Oh, that is a nice one.
You know, Tammy and blue. Isn't that gorgeous? That's beautiful. Beautiful colors.
Oops.
Thank you, because I'm just like, yeah, my toasted back and these are me. And
It looks like a summer one.
it does. So there'll be, you know, we love having a good selection of backs for you, for your beautiful quilts that you make. Sorry about that, Tammy.
That's okay.
Okay, Klutz. There's a lovely green.
I know there's a lot. You're like, is there still more? So this one is like that blue and brown.
Oh, this could be like really masculine, couldn't it? Maybe we'll show the green next after this so we can end on a pretty note. There we go. Look at this lovely red.
It's very pretty.
Yeah, they are gorgeous, Mary. We're very happy with them. Very happy.
And
with them.
the neutral grays, black.
And last but not least, this beauty.
Yeah, there we go. They would go great with Tim Holtz.
You know, it was just, I think when we saw them, it was like, how do you pick? Sometimes we'll pick maybe 4 or 5 out of a line, or 4. Well, this one was like, oh, how do you pick?
They're all good colors.
So we just bit the bullet and bought them all. So, Tammy, you've been updating our classes on the webpage, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's lots of interest, lots of questions in jackets and little jackets and big jackets. And
So the little kids patchwork jacket, the first class is full. The second one is getting full. So if you're still interested in it, we could always add another date. Also, if you're interested in another jacket tech talk class, we could schedule that. Other than that, there's 2 workshop dates for people who are ready to get started.
okay,
And we have a new class called Luminary by Louise.
that kind
Which
of
is
works
also
together.
coming
Luminary by Louise.
Yeah, there we go. So check those out on our website.
Luminary led by Louise. I don't know. I'm going to try to get my "le" in there.
Oh, what other class am I forgetting? Oh, we do have a date for the spring beginner class. So if you were anticipating that, or you know somebody who was, it's also on the website, and you can give us a call. It's 8 weeks, and you will make a queen size quilt, and you just need a jelly roll and some background to get started. And there's a lot of good instruction, creating all the classic blocks, cutting, reading your ruler, you know, just everything you need to know.
Perfect.
Great.
Okay. I think we might be at door prize time. So
All right.
stay tuned for more brown bag information. And that's next week that they go on sale. What's the date? Is it Saturday or
next Saturday, I
Friday?
think.
Saturday?
Yeah. Okay, so we'll do the label and the little pennants.
You writing this down?
Brenda, congratulations. We'll do the peppermint panel next. Christmas panel. Like, you can get started early for next year. Barb Christensen,
Well, you know, these are things we do work on all year long.
congratulations. And then the little Valentine's Fat Quarter Bundle. Wendy,
Congratulations, Wendy Dalrymple.
well, let us know if you'll be coming to pick them up, or if you need them mailed, we can put them in the mail for you. Or, you know, if you're coming to retreat or your friends coming to the store, we can always accommodate that.
Absolutely. One of the things, yes, please do subscribe. We have passed the 4,900. We really want to get to that 5,000 number. So please like us on Facebook and subscribe. It looks like somebody was asking some questions on the wide backs here. They're 108 inches. So yes, you can use them as a wide back on a quilt. Some people use them for curtains. They can be used as, if you fall in love with one, you know, you could buy yardage and incorporate it in your quilt.
Mhm.
So there's lots and lots of uses for them.
You use it as borders. You don't have to join them.
That's true.
Long borders, absolutely.
Bags.
Bags,
Personal bags.
purses and
Oh,
bags.
there's endless uses.
It is endless uses. So, okay. Well, thank you for joining us. We appreciate you taking the time, and we certainly appreciate your support. So have a great week. Stay warm.
And stay safe if you're traveling.
Yes.
Have a good day.